Hello, everyone, and welcome to Perspectivas Global Talks on Higher Education, a podcast by UNESCO IESALC. I am Yuma Inzolia and I work as a head of learning and capacity development at the Institute. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about the experience of the Metropolitan University of Manchester team in the first edition of the Pedagogical Design and ESD Bootcamp and its impact at the university. The bootcamp was organized with the Association of Learning, Design and Education for Sustainable Development, with the American University of Sharjah, the Open University, the University of Glasgow, Anglia Ruskin University, and the Global Sustainability Institute. It took place during 3 months from March to May during this year, 2022. So we're going to start talking with three honored. We are honored to be talking with three experts of leadership and innovation in inclusive curriculum design from the Metropolitan University of Manchester. Let me introduce you Theresa Nicholson. Theresa is a reader in higher education and pedagogy, teaching geography and sustainable development in the Department of Natural Sciences. Theresa has been awarded an Advanced HE National Teaching Fellowship and Principal Fellowship of the Higher Education Academy in recognition of her leadership and innovation in inclusive curriculum design. She is currently leading faculty efforts to decolonize curricula and seeking to integrate this work with program of embedding ESD. Welcome, Teresa. We are also with Liz Price, who is Professor of Environmental Education and serves as a Deputy Pro-Vice-Chancellor of Sustainability and Institutional Strategic Lead for Responsible Futures at Manchester Metropolitan University. She's working for developing a sustainable mindset and skill for students. She's a principal fellow of the Higher Education Academy and a member of the Quality Assurance Agency and Advanced Higher Education Advisory Group that review the Education for Sustainable Development guidance for the UK. Liz's role is to accelerate the process and embed ESD in all programs by training support for academic staff. Welcome, Liz. Last but not least, we are with Valeria Vargas. Valeria is a research associate working on education for sustainable development in the Department of Natural Science at the university. Her expertise is focused on organizational changes process in higher education in the context of sustainable development. Valeria has conducted higher education policy review at institutional, national, and international level, with also developing and implementing institutional policy at Manchester Metropolitan University and supporting policy development for education in Colombia. Welcome, Valeria. Okay.
Thank you.
all of you have been part of the last bootcamp, and your team has received a special recognition for the module presented at the end of the activity that have been planned. So we will start during explaining how during those 12 weeks of the pedagogical design and ESD bootcamp, those 22 teams from universities from 23 countries, composed each of them by a professor, by an instructional designer, and students, working during 12-week learning, sharing, and developing a module that include ESD by using the co-design toolkit created by Dr. Maria Toro Troconis. The bootcamp focused not only on supporting university teams in curriculum design for online and blended learning, but also in guiding and supporting the teams selected in the design and implementation of ESD in their curriculums by creating those module proposals that respond to one or more sustainable development goals and learn to design activities based on transformative pedagogies that includes the competencies for sustainability that we promote at UNESCO. So, could you please share with us what was the motivation for you and your team to join the bootcamp?
We're all very passionate about embedding education for sustainable development in our curriculum, and we have been doing so to some extent at the university for some time now. But the coverage is patchy. As you know, education for sustainable development is very complex to embed.
Yeah, so it's always difficult to find and to set aside protected time to dig deeper into the pedagogy behind education for sustainable development, and to take a much broader approach to embedding it across our curricula in I suppose, a more systematic way. And so when we heard about the bootcamp, it just sounded like a fabulous opportunity to do this, and also to work together in partnership with our own students, and with expert and international and national mentors, which was fabulous.
Liz, sorry, but I think that we can hear you. Can you check if your micro is on?
It was on and it's not anymore.
Yes.
Right, I'll do that again. Sorry.
No, please.
I don't know why that happened. I didn't press anything. So straight after Theresa, we were also really keen to trial the Co-Design's ESD Toolkit Planner to see if it would be appropriate for adoption right across our multidisciplinary university.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. And our next question will be around how if you can share, for example, your experience participating in the training course, the webinars, the mentoring sessions, and can you share with us how did it go? How did you feel with the methodology that we designed?
It was great. Very early on in the process, we made a decision that we wanted to get on board a really enthusiastic group of students, and so we set about recruiting students from our geography programs, and we wanted to make sure that they were first year students, which is a little bit unusual. I think previously some teams have had postgraduates working with them, but we wanted to get first year students to tap into their creative thinking. And so we set up a process and we received lots of applications from students to take part, but we had 4 in particular that were really strong candidates, and it was just impossible to choose between them. And so in the end, we selected one of our students, Kushi, who joined our official bootcamp team, but we invited Leo, Max, and Thomas to be members of our wider student partnership. So in effect, we had 8 people in our bootcamp team working together right throughout the process, and all of our 4 students contributed throughout, and they were absolutely brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Yes, it was a fantastic experience. During the online course, we worked through the materials individually, but we came together to watch and take part in the webinars and to work on the team assessments together. We found the online portfolio, it was very, very useful, very helpful for organizing and sharing our ideas. And we were delighted that our first year students, as Theresa mentioned, were so confident to share ideas, design part of the new materials, and add and edit text as well.
Yeah, and the core team took part in the mentoring sessions, and our student team members joined us whenever timetable commitments allowed them to do so. And we really looked forward to these sessions because we found it valuable to get to feedback from a fresh pair of eyes and to hear lots of new perspectives from our mentors. And we got on really well with our mentors, and there was always lots of sort of laughter and enjoyment during those meetings. They were very interactive, proactive, and supportive and collegiate.
Yeah. And I think once once we'd completed the main part of the online course, we arranged lots of team workshops where we had brainstorming sessions to come up with lots of ideas and put our creative hats on. And it was during this time, I think, that we really got to grips with the toolkit planner. And I think we went on a journey of discovery, finding out just how powerful the planner is for interrogating our own learning and teaching. And as a result of using the planner, we discovered that in our current delivery of our module, there was an imbalance in specific learning objectives. You know, the heart, head, hands element of our module. And so we were able to use the dashboard analysis to review and rebalance the learning activities. And it was during that phase of the bootcamp that our student team really flourished and they developed their own learning designs. So, for example, Kushi used the concept of learning landscapes to design a learning activity that's built around a sustainability trail. And Max used the concept of the jigsaw classroom to design a team-based exploration of sustainable development goals. And I think Leo produced a learning design that involved the creating an infographic to map the interconnected systems for a global sustainability challenge.
Thank you. Actually, maybe this is the importance of the activities that transcends the self program, isn't it? And how the toolkit actually is so clear that help to reorient the design of those activities according to the desired learning outcomes that we are willing in order to be achieved once we design those our module, for example. Yes, thank you very much. Our next question has to be with the impact. What impact did the bootcamp have on your professional practice? For example, what as a team and inside the university? Could you share that impact with us, please?
Yeah, sure. So to sort of start off I suppose at the module level, the module that we worked on, that's now been completely redesigned to incorporate the new learning designs that we developed during the bootcamp. And it's we're in the middle of delivering the redesigned unit module right now, and it's particularly rewarding to see the students' designs come to life and play a part in educating the next generation. And some members of our student team have gone on to make a valuable contribution to other linked projects. So, for example, Kushi has been creating resources to support decolonizing curricula for colleagues in our business school, so in a completely different faculty to ours. And we're also encouraging all of the student team to become facilitators for our carbon literacy program, a training program that we've rolled out across the university this year.
Yes, the staff team are now running a project also in the Department of Natural Sciences to embed education for sustainable development across our geography, biology, chemistry, and environmental science programs. But even more exciting than that is that we're working together to create a new suite of CPD resources to support the embedding of education for sustainable development right across all programs at the university.
Yes, and to do that, we are delighted to be working with Maria and her team, who've created a bespoke version of the Co-Design's ESD Toolkit Planner for our purposes. And we're now in the process of identifying champions from each faculty and each department to work with us in developing and testing these CPD resources before rolling them out. So we've gone from unit to department to the whole university in terms of impact.
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, this redesign of the module to 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 be allowed to be extend to entire university is one of the main scopes that you are doing at this moment, as we understand, and of course, this value of co-creation with all the faculties to be implemented, this new mindset across all the university
Mm.
programs. It's amazing what you are doing. Actually, thank you very much for sharing that experience with us.
Mm.
Well, the last question is, how do you envisage the future of education for sustainable development within your university after this learning experience? Even if you have already exposed some work in that you are doing, how do you really envisage the future this of this methodology into the university?
Well, I think I'll start off, but I think the development of the resources, continuing professional development resources that we're doing to support our colleagues in using the co-design's ESD toolkit planner, I think that's a really exciting part of our program to embed ESD across the entire curricula. I think, yeah, it's just a really exciting time. But I'll hand over to my colleagues, Valeria and Liz, to say more about this.
Yes, thank you, Theresa. Yes, in the first instance, we will be engaging colleagues from the Department of Natural Sciences in workshops to help develop and test the CPD resources. But we will also be working with our University Teaching Academy, which is our central learning and teaching team, and also representatives from all faculties to ensure that these CPD opportunities are relevant to all the programs and hopefully everybody at the university.
Yes, and these plans are really important because they support our new university sustainability strategy for 22 to 2026, which includes education for sustainable development as one of our key themes in academic innovation and impact. And as part of our strategy, we've committed to meet two relevant targets. One is that 90% of our students are satisfied that they've had opportunities to gain sustainable development skills and knowledge through their study. And two, that 100% of our courses embed education for sustainable development and climate change education. And the rollout across the University of the Toolkit Planner and our CPD program that we're developing at the moment will really support delivery of these university targets. So it's an essential part of our strategy delivery.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'd just like to say that this has really only come about because of the fantastic opportunity that we had working with all the co-designs and bootcamp colleagues during that really important and exciting 3 months. And we'd like to just say thank you to all of you for supporting us and working with us on that. And we're also very grateful to our fantastic students who joined us in the boot camp as well.
Well, you have been fantastic, as well as you have been honored. In fact, your module have been honored with the recognition, as well as another university from the Spanish group, and we are also excited to in order to know how this great challenge that you are facing is going to be run. So please, we will be delighted if you could join us again to tell us how this implementation has gone once you start to have some indicators based on this.
Yes, and
For in
if
Yes,
anybody would, oh, sorry, I was just going to say that if
yes.
anybody has any questions in the meantime, we're very happy for people to contact us about our journey with the Co-Design's ESD toolkit, and we'd be delighted to come back and talk to you again as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Lisa. Actually, could you please share with us how our listeners can reach the work that you are doing, where they can go at your website, maybe to know a little
I
bit
think,
more about the
I
program?
mean, we're happy to share our email addresses if that would be useful.
Oh, great! Thank you very much. We will share with the audience also.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And also if colleagues are interested, our sustainability pages have information about our sustainability strategy, our
Yes.
reports as well. I think we're try to be as transparent as possible, so it's very good. We have also gained the Responsible Futures accreditation, and all the reports uh, for sustainability side of things at the university are publicly available. So if colleagues are interested, they can look at them online. But also, if you want to have a chat about that with us, we'll be very happy to do that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Valeria. So we're reaching, unfortunately, we're reaching the end of this episode for today, and I want to thank you for giving us your time to share your experience regarding the ESD bootcamp and how was the experience of the university. I also thank you to everyone who have been tuned today, and we hope you have benefit from this conversation. If you have to your listener, of course, if you have any other suggestions for possible future guests, feel free to send us an email or write on our social media page. We have Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook, or you can also search us as UNESCO IESALC in the website. Teresa, Liz, and Valeria, thank you very much for your time and for sharing with us this great experience that you have, that you are doing, and what you are developing at the university. And I'm really confident that this will be the beginning of a long relationship where we will be meeting again. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.